Hello there and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the SecretLab Titan 2020 series chair. Now I bought this one myself some time back with my own money and I actually did a review on it on this channel. Since doing that review I've had quite a lot of questions from people asking me about my thoughts as well as if I've had any problems. And I have actually updated my original video with some posts because the ownership I've had of this has not been without issue and I have had one or two problems. So in this video I'm going to give you guys some updates. I'm going to give you an overview of what problems I've actually had, what I did to get them resolved, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on if I think you should buy one of these chairs or not, because they are not the cheapest on the market, and having owned it for a period of time, I feel I'm now in the position to give you my final opinion on the Titan 2020 series from SecretLab. Okay, to start this video, I'm going to touch on why I bought this chair first of all, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the issues that I've had. Now, the reason I went with the Titans from SecretLab was I was basically looking for a new chair, and I wanted something that was a premium chair because I do spend quite a lot of time in it, but I also wanted something that was nice to be in, a nice place to sit. And when I kept looking around, these were the chairs I kept coming back to, and it was because of their overall design. I really do love the way they do their chairs, especially this model here, which was the Titan 2020 series with the black PU leather and the carbon effect. I would love to have gone for the Dark Knight edition. I absolutely love that chair. Unfortunately, it wasn't available at the time and I ended up having to go with this one. But the chair arrived after ordering it. I think I paid £350, put it together and absolutely had no issues with it at all. Loved the design and I used it for a period with no problems. And I think it was a good 6 months. However, I started to get one or two little issues. The first issue was that it started to squeak when I tilted backwards. And it was like there was a dry joint or something in the tilt mechanism. Further to that, I also started to feel a bit of a bump in that tilt mechanism as I was leaning back, and whilst it was very slight, it was noticeable and wasn't there when I first got the chair. So I proceeded to contact SecretLab and they sent me this really helpful document on where to oil the base tilt mechanism, because it appears it's something they're aware of, and you just put some spray lube in some places. And I also discussed the issue of the movement I was having as well. Now, the response to the lubrication was simply sort that out and the squeak will go away. And with regards to the movement, they were a little bit more bullish and just sort of making a comment that if the chair isn't assembled properly, you can get some movement, and sometimes the piston doesn't sit in the base properly and a bit of movement is normal. Now, if I'm honest, I was not happy with that reply because I didn't do it when I first had it and it was clearly there to me, and it was almost like you could feel something moving when you got back a couple of degrees off vertical. But work was busy, life was busy, so in the end I greased the base and got on with it. And whilst the squeaking never came back, that movement continued to get worse and worse. That got to the stage where it was extremely noticeable. And then I had my problem number 3, and that's what then prompted me to get back in touch with them. And that third problem was with the foam. It appears that the main base foam on the chair is one piece, and then there's a separate piece of foam that runs along the front. And unfortunately, it appears on the left hand side of my original base, it came unstuck and the front would actually drop when you were sitting in the chair. So when you got out of it, you'd notice a visible step in the leather here when you got out, and you could move it back into place by simply grabbing the front and shifting it, but at the end of the day that shouldn't have happened. Add that to the increasing amount of movement I was feeling in the chair, I decided to contact SecretLab again. Now, when I did contact them, they were clear that obviously the foam on the front shouldn't be an issue, but they did continue to say that some movement would be noticeable in regards to that base. Now, I wasn't really happy with that and I continued to have a look, and it was clear to me that the piston was actually actually rocking where the shaft comes out that extends. And it was actually the weight that was shifting that I could feel moving when I was leaning. So what was happening was you could actually feel it rock like this back and forth. So I got onto them and basically said, look, this isn't normal as far as I'm concerned, and what are we going to do about it? So they agreed to send me a new base to resolve the issue with the foam. They sent me a new tilt mechanism and a new piston as well. But I do want to say, when they did that, they did want to make it clear that some movement can be normal and that I may not find it any better, but they agreed to send me these parts, but they were not making any promises. So it didn't fill me with 100% hope, but the parts arrived and I stripped the chair down, and it was only when I actually stripped it did I realize exactly how bad the issue was and what was the case. And it was simply the piston was completely shot. When I took it off, it was rattling all over the place. You could take it off and shake it and the whole shaft was just rattling back and forth. It was 100% clear to me it was knackered. It was as simple as that. So I replaced the seat pan, the tilt mechanism, which they included with the kit, as well as the piston, and that completely resolved my movement issue that I was getting. So it was nice that I was able to get it fixed, but what was a little disappointing that they were sort of playing it down slightly, and it did take me a bit of persuasion to get to that point. Now, having replaced all of those parts, it's been a good 3 months now, and I've had no problems with it whatsoever. Everything is working as it should, except one thing, and that is that squeak appeared again. When they sent me the parts, as I said, they did send me a new tilt mechanism, and that tilt mechanism also developed a squeak after about 2 months, just like my original tilt mechanism did as well. So again, I simply turned the chair upside down, lubricated it in the places, and that has gone away. But it is a little bit annoying that the fact I've had 2 tilt mechanisms and both of them have ended up squeaking. I think there's probably something that they need to do there from the factory, which is just put more grease on the chair in various places so users don't get this issue, because at the end of the day, it is a silly issue to have, but it isn't one you really want to have to put up with when you've spent this much on a chair. Having done all of that though, I have to say today I am happy. I have had no more problems. Now I am going to comment a little bit though on the seat pad, because there is something I want to mention on that, and as I said, they replaced it because of the foam issue. However, I do think that the foam in this new pad feels stiffer than the original one. As soon as I swapped them over, I felt the original one was a lot softer and this was really hard to sit in. Now I did assume that was simply down to the old one having my large bottom in it for a period of time, and this one would take a bit of time to bed in. However, it's been at least 3 months and this still feels as stiff as it was the day I had it. So I don't know if they've changed the foam slightly or whether it's just one versus the other and it's a pick of the draw, whichever one you get. However, I will add that this one does feel stiffer. I did prefer it being softer as it was on the other one, but unfortunately because of the issue with the foam, that one had to get replaced. Coming on to would I recommend if you should buy one of these? Well, to be clear, these are expensive chairs, £350 in the UK. They are in the premium end of the gaming chair category. It's hard for me to recommend another make of chair, having only really used this one. However, what I would say is this: if you are spending this level of money, don't necessarily expect it to come problem free, and just because it is a premium chair, it doesn't mean that you may not have issues. The fact that I've had close to 4 separate issues now does tell me that these things are potentially not unusual. I've seen a number of other reports from users having a few issues as well. However, I do want to say I absolutely love this chair. I would not change it for another one. I still am very, very happy with it. And in fact, if I had the money, I would be seriously tempted to buy a second one to get that Dark Knight edition, because I really, really like it. However, if you are looking to spend money on a gaming chair, just be aware, if you are looking at the SecretLab series, they are very, very nice, but they might not come without problems, but they do have their warranty as well, and all you got to do is contact them, and you might have to give them a little bit of persuasion, but I got all my issues resolved in the end, and I'm more than happy with what actually I had to do and then how it actually was resolved. Overall, it is a very, very good chair. and I use it daily, and I will continue to use it daily. And if it broke tomorrow, there's probably a 90% chance I would buy another one, but I would probably look at what else is on the market first before I instantly jumped onto that button to hit buy, just in case someone else had something very similar and I'd be tempted to go that way as well. But overall, from a comfortable point of view, it's extremely nice. It's tons of features. All of the adjustments are fantastic. I did do my other video on it, so if you want to know more information on that, please do check that one out. But yeah, it really is as simple as that. That's it for this video. That's where I'm at with this chair. If I do have any further issues, I will update the original post as well as this video as well. Please do subscribe to the channel if this video has been useful. Thank you very much for watching, and I will do another one again soon. Please do subscribe to the channel and check out all of the other videos we have available. They are also split into playlists to help you easily find the ones that are relevant to you. If you would like to support the channel, please check out the links that are in the description for each video. You will find the links for the products we've been talking about, and it's only by you guys purchasing via these links that allows us to keep making videos and buy products to talk about in the future. Please also check us out and follow us on all of the social media platforms such as Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. We're beginning to build these accounts up, and whilst it is early days, I would appreciate it if you would like, share and follow us on these platforms. Finally, please also check out my website, www.madrc.com. Now, this is somewhere that we've been putting some of our blog posts and things like that over the last couple of years. So if you're interested in having a look, please do go check it out. That is it. Please do click that subscribe button. Thank you very much, and I will do another video again soon.